The 2026 Playbook, how to make not 2x, but 100x on crypto this year. I turned $8,000 into 7 figures in crypto over the last 2 years. Most people think you can't repeat that anymore. I disagree. I think now is the best time to start a $10,000 to $1 million run in a year, as insane as that sounds. But why did almost everyone get wrecked, and keeps getting wrecked over the last 2 years? Fair warning, this article is long. Bookmark it now, so you won't miss it, but don't skip it. It'll probably change how you look at this market. Even if nobody says alt season out loud anymore. Most people still have the same mindset. They're waiting for one giant wave, where everything pumps, you buy a bag, and it carries you to riches. Hold forever, find the one coin, ignore rotations, pray the market rewards patience. That mindset made money when token supply was limited, and narratives lasted months. In 2024, it was usually a mistake. In 2025, it was a mistake most of the time. In 2026, it's a guaranteed mistake. Not because 100x is impossible, because the way you get 100x changed. Part 1. What changed since 2017 to 2021? 1. The market got diluted into a token printer. In early 2017, CoinMarketCap was tracking about 796 cryptocurrencies. That is not a typo, under 1,000. Back then, around 800 currencies felt like a lot. Today, CoinGecko measured about 5,300 new tokens per day in 2024. What that meant in practice: discovery was real. There weren't infinite alternatives. If you got visible, CMC presence, exchange listing, basic narrative plus some shilling, liquidity had fewer places to go, so it actually arrived. People bought random stuff because the menu was small, and everyone was learning at the same time. That's why, just show up on CMC plus get attention worked as an edge in 2017 to 2021. There was a space for everybody. The attention to supply ratio collapsed. Since 2021, the single most important thing that changed is this. Attention didn't scale. Token supply did. Crypto got more users, sure. But the number of coins exploded so much harder that every individual coin became worth less in terms of attention. Crypto.com estimates 106 million crypto owners in Jan 2021, 295 million crypto owners by December 2021, 580 million crypto owners by December 2023. Supply coins projects. CoinGecko's Gecko terminal data shows 428,383 projects in 2021. 20,170,928 projects by 2025. Now the part that matters, how diluted is the market really? In 2021, there was roughly 1 token per about 689 crypto owners. By 2025, it became roughly 1 token per about 29 owners. That's about a 24x increase in supply per person in just a few years. Translation: back then, attention had fewer places to go, so random coins could get discovered. Now every day you're competing with an ocean of new tokens, so just holding a bag and waiting stopped being a strategy. Structurally designed to underperform. Old cycles had plenty of tokens that launched cheap, with real upside still in the market. Now, the common pattern is high FDV at launch, low float, heavy unlocks, early holders looking for exit liquidity. Memento Research tracked 118 big token launches in 2025. 84.7% were below their TGE valuation. Median performance, negative 71.1% FDV, and negative 66.8% market cap from launch. This is why just buy new listings has been a graveyard strategy. But here's the twist. Even in this diluted, brutal market, if you picked the right narrative early, you still made money. More about this later. Part 2. Why small players get farmed by default paths. The fair launch illusion. Retail couldn't trust VCs and buy these overvalued alts after TGE, so the market created a new product. A casino where anyone can buy early, with no VCs and no overvaluation at TGE. At Pump.Fun arrived. A bit of the data. 13.55 mil Pump Fun wallet addresses, only 55,296, 0.4% wallets have realized more than $10,000 profit, meaning 99.6% have not. 90% plus are down. So yes, a tiny group hits huge wins, but the median outcome is donating liquidity to devs of tokens, their insider friends, paid KOLs, Pump Fund devs, or just faster players and trading bots. While users fight for scraps, the house prints. Pump Fund has collected over $935 million in fees since launch. Same dynamic exists in prediction markets. Analysis cited by finance magnates says 70% plus of Polymarket's 1.7 million trading addresses have realized losses. I'll be the exception. You need an actual edge. Otherwise you are just variance with a negative distribution. Part 3. The 2026 thesis. Rotations, not alt season. In a diluted market where most launches underperform, liquidity behaves differently. Liquidity concentrates. Liquidity moves fast. Liquidity needs a story. liquidity exits faster than you think. So the winning approach is not pick alts. It's identify the next rotation early, ride it, take profit into the next rotation. This is how 100x still happens, not from one coin, but from stacked rotations, plus position sizing, plus exiting like a professional. Part 4. Proof. Rotations were the only real way to win in 2023-2025. If you zoom out on the last 2 to 3 years, the pattern is obvious. You didn't win by holding the one coin. You won by catching the right rotation early, then rotating again. Rotation 1. Airdrops. My first 6 figures. When I was still small, I wasn't trying to trade better. I was farming asymmetry, plays where upside doesn't depend on bankroll. Airdrops were exactly that. They paid for time, not for capital. So me and the guy with 6 figs portfolio were equal on that field. I was doing the boring work when the market was dead and nobody cared. Staying active, using protocols, everyone was out of the market, as BTC was at the bottom. Then the market woke up, and everyone started farming. By then, the edge was gone. That's why it paid. ARB claim went live on March 23, 2023. Optimism ran multiple airdrop rounds over time. The same rotation logic, early plus consistent, gets rewarded. That's how I got my first real capital, not from a miracle 100x hold, but from being early to the meta before it got crowded. I started with 8K, and I basically spent like $400 farming a few airdrops that ended up paying me 6 figures. Rotation 2. Early Solana meme coins, where I made my first 7 figs. After airdrops, helicopter money, liquidity rotated into the casino. Easy come, easy go. The market started asking for something new, and Solana memes showed up as the cleanest answer. I spotted Popcat around 2.5 million market cap, and WIF around 30 million. Few months, then they will reach 2 billion and 4 billion market cap, 100 to 1,000 times. I made it not because I'm some trading genius, because I was in the market 24/7, the market was dead, and these new shiny Solana coins were basically the only meta with real momentum. There were fewer than 5 1 million plus market cap coins, which is why winners were easy to identify if you were early. Rotation 3, real revenue became the new flex, hype as the template. After the meme sugar rush, the market starts craving something else. Not utility in 2 years, not vibes, something you can explain in one sentence that sounds like a real business. That's why hype hit so hard. It wasn't just a new token, it was the story. Real trading activity, real fees, and the token benefits directly, buybacks. Whether you love or hate it, that's what the market, which is tired of casino and extraction, has been rotating into. Value capture you can see. And you could have spotted this too, even without being smart. When everyone gets tired of memes, they start paying for narratives that feel grown up. Rotation 4. Then the meta moved one level up. Stop playing the casino, own the casino. This is the funniest part about crypto. People will gamble on 5,000 memes and then randomly realize the only consistent wares are the platforms taking fees. That's why house tokens and platform plays start to shine. Pump fun is the perfect example of the era. Fight each other for scraps. Bots farm everyone, and the house quietly prints every day. That's not a moral take. It's just how these markets work. And the rotation is always the same. First you trade the coins, then you trade the platform that extracts from the coins. Rotation 5, when the market gets too degenerate, it swings back to real-world narratives. After a while, people get tired. They start wanting narratives that can survive without pure hype. Stablecoins, payments, settlement rails, stuff that regular humans actually use. It's boring on purpose. And boring narratives usually win late because they're the only ones that don't need constant new idiots to buy higher. That's why you saw more attention going into PayFi, stablecoin infra type stories later. Part 4.5. So what's next? First, let's be honest about where we are. BTC is around 91k to 93k right now, which sounds bullish on paper. But the vibe is the opposite. We're still roughly negative 25% off the OCT 2025 ATH, 124.7k. And the market is mentally in bear mode. Why? Because we just lived through the largest liquidation event most people have ever seen. $19 billion nuked in 24 hours around OCT 10/11/2025. In a market like this, money concentrates into 1 to 2 directions that make sense right now, and everything else bleeds. It's the same way airdrops worked before the pump last cycle. The market was dead, but that one meta still printed if you were early. So the job now is not find 50 gems. It's find the few rotations that can run without retail, and work them harder than everyone else. 1. The current sentiment is, most coins are useless, especially L1, L2s. This is the dominant market mood. Most tokens are pointless and eventually go to zero because they don't have real utility, don't generate real revenue, exist mainly as exit liquidity. And this hits L1, L2s the hardest, because you can't keep doing the same thing forever. Raise at insane valuations, launch at insane FTVs, have 8 users, make $20 a month, and still pretend you're worth $15 billion. Starknet, ZK Sync, Aptos, you know the type. Maybe. But I don't even need to predict that. Because the implication is obvious. What the market wants next is a new model, real revenue plus buybacks. After 3 years of extraction, people finally understand the hierarchy. Creators, VCs, KOLs, then bots traders, then everyone else buying late. So for most retail, the game has been negative EV. You buy a token and pray you're not the exit liquidity. That's why the market is now starving for tokens that act like businesses. A simple model is a token is worth $1 billion and the protocol prints $800 million a year in real revenue, and even 50% of that is used to buy back the token. It can't just go to zero unless revenue collapses. This is literally the logic of value investing in equities. When market mood is trash and everyone is scared, people stop buying dreams and start buying cash flows. Average S&P PE is around 16. Top companies sit at 30 to 40. Crypto should trade at lower multiples than stocks because the risk is higher and tech is newer. Fine. But the point stands. In a fearful market, cash flow becomes the narrative. So the next big rotation is real revenue, real value capture, ideally buybacks, because it's simple and people can quote it in one line. That's where serious money rotates first. Then helicopter money returns, and the casino returns. This is the part everyone forgets. Value phases don't last forever. At some point the market starts printing again. Something pumps hard. People get lucky. Airdrops start hitting. Some new wave puts money back in people's hands. And the second people feel rich again, the market flips from show me revenue to show me the fastest 10x. And that's when the casino phase comes back. Memes, NFTs, whatever new stupidity gets invented. Doesn't matter. It's always the same. It has no value, but it gives insane multiples. And everyone wants fast money. Then it dumps. And after the dump, the market moves into the next extraction meta. ICOs, utility tokens, structured launches. After the casino gets rugged, the market doesn't instantly become fundamental. It usually shifts into a more structured extraction model where people can spend money again, like ICOs, public rounds, points metas, utility tokens, launch mechanics where you pay for access and someone else sells later. So the cycle rhymes like this. Value, revenue, helicopter money, casino, dump. Structured extraction. Repeat the main takeaway. This is the whole article in one line. Nothing grows forever in crypto. What grows is whatever the market is emotionally hungry for at that moment. So the way you win in 2026 is not holding and hoping. It's spot the rotation early, ride it, rotate before it becomes obvious. Part 5, how to actually make 100x in 2026 without one magic coin. 100x in 2026 is not one trade. It's stacked rotations. You win by compounding correct phases, not by praying you found the chosen token. Here's the system I use. 1. Pick 2 rotations max. 1 serious rotation, revenue rails. 1 aggressive rotation, casino structured. If you track 10 metas, you'll be late to all of them. 2. Buy triggers, not vibes. Before I size up, I want clear triggers. Examples: fees revenue trend up for weeks, users return without insane incentives, distribution turns on, integrations major platforms real attention, narrative starts spreading but isn't mainstream yet. No triggers, no entry. 3. Define invalidation before you enter. Most people don't lose because they're wrong. They lose because they can't exit. Nobody ever went broke by taking profit. Even $1. Remember that. Your invalidation list should be boring. Usage collapses, revenue was fake, liquidity rotates away, tokenomics unlocks start nuking price. If invalidation hits, you're out. No debate. 4. Position sizing, the 3-layer stack. This is how you get upside without dying. Beta, liquid leader of the rotation. Pick and shovels, infra that wins either way. Flyers, small caps that fit perfectly. Only flyers equals casino odds. Only beta equals capped upside. 5. Profit taking is literally the edge. Rotations end faster than you think. So, scale out into strength. Don't marry mid-caps. Always know what you rotate into next. If you don't have a next rotation, you round trip. Part 6, the trap that deletes most people. The trap is thinking, if I just hold long enough, it has to go up. That worked when the market was small. It doesn't work now. Because now, supply is infinite. Launches are priced to dump, and most tokens exist to extract from you. So if your plan is still, buy random listings, hold mid-caps for the cycle, whatever is trending. You're playing a distribution designed to farm you. Rotations are the loophole. Because rotations are how liquidity behaves now. Weekly dashboard, how to stay early. Every week I watch which sectors are actually growing fees, which apps have users returning, where volume and open interest are shifting. where liquidity incentives are being deployed, where the narrative is still early or already top 10 coins content. Most people don't miss narratives. They show up after the narrative is obvious. So in 2026, like every year before, the winners won't be right. They'll be early, and they'll rotate.